It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Absolutely.
It was no holds barred at the first debate between President Donald Trump and the Democratic nominee Joe Biden. So who won? Let's ask our guests, a Democrat and a Republican. Hey, if you drive a Ford truck or car, why are you about to have it recalled? And who dared to try to kidnap the grandchild of an NFL legend? Locally, why is Tennessee Titans, why is their game for this Sunday canceled? And did the Nashville Bars and restaurants help spread the COVID outbreak? Why do you have to watch it out for your back while at Walgreens and Jack in the Box, if anyone goes there? And where did the Clarksville smugglers hide the contraband while entering the Montgomery County Penal Institution?
I don't want to know.
We also got our local news Mad Libs today, so these questions and so much more will get answered today here on the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely.
He doesn't wonder what it's like on the ground in Afghanistan. He's been there, serving our country and defending Lady Liberty.
Absolutely.
It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Hey, thanks for hanging in there. This is Joe of the Joe Padula Show. And this former soldier with the 2nd Brigade Combat Team Strike, 101st Airborne Division, Air Assault, is ready. I'm ready for some real facts. I'm ready for some real talk. I am ready for your real opinions. And I'm definitely ready to party with a purpose. Absolutely. Bay.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you, Bay. Did you see how I tried not to be angry?
Yes, I did.
The old Joe would have been flipping stuff. Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Also known as user error. It's all good, though. It's all good. Bay's a Clarksville native, and you're going to love his opinions. He doesn't speak much, but when he does, you're going to listen. Brother Doc, back in studio.
Brother Doc in the house.
Brother Doc, I see you got your Trump 2020 hat on.
You bet.
Well, debates were last night, and we're going to go over it all. And yes, Brother Doc's going to be representing the MAGA hat today here on the show. Dennis Podvin back in studio. Dennis, where's your Tulsi gear?
I don't have my Tulsi gear today.
Dennis Podvin.
I think I'm going to borrow that Trump hat.
Oh, boy.
Actually, after last night.
Well, I'll tell you,
You'll
I mean,
have to fight for that Trump hat.
Dennis Podvin ran for a Democratic seat here locally and campaigned for Democrat Tulsi Gabbard. I'm very interested on your thoughts also from last night's debates as we go over it all.
Joe, I plan to interrupt you a lot. Okay? I'm going to interrupt you constantly.
All right.
Well, as moderator, I promise to interrupt you all. Okay?
That too.
He's going to Chris Wallace us.
And then I'm
You'll
just
do a
going to tell
better
everybody to shut up.
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank God she's here today, or else there'd just be a locker room talk all day long. The wonderful news reporter, Stephanie Miller. Stephanie with an F.
Good afternoon, guys.
Good to have you here. Good
Thanks.
to have you here.
Oh, we can't make jokes like we did yesterday.
Nope.
Well, you can too.
No, we can't. Are you a mom?
No,
No? Do you want to be?
I don't think so. I'm not there yet.
Yeah?
Not there yet.
All right, because your husband gave me that first question to ask you, okay?
That I
right.
know he did not.
All right, so hey, do me a favor, iHeartRadio, great audience. If we do anything visual-wise, if you want to see us, we are broadcasting live video feed on the Joe Padula Show Facebook page. Sorry about the YouTube today. For some reason, there's a problem. There's always a freaking problem. You know why? I'm not an IT guy. I just got to hire one. But anyway, yeah, so just go to that Joe Padula Show Facebook page. See the blue check? Click like, scroll down, and boom, there it is. Don't forget to share it on your timelines, in your groups, the whole bit, because, man, Clarksville, your conversation is here. Let's do this. All right. So, did everybody see the debates here? Mm-hmm. Yeah?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. All right. You, the listener and the viewer, type in your comments as we ask these questions also. No holds barred. No control.
Nope.
It was a very highly anticipated debate as well for both parties, I do believe. More so for Trump fans than Democrat fans, if that makes sense. But yeah, after last night's, well, let's just go some of the clips here, okay? Here we go. Let's take a look. Check this out. There we are. Now the video.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is graduated last in your class and first in your class?
He did say man, though.
You don't have it in your blood. You could have
drunk?
never done that yet.
Everybody knows he's a liar.
Joe, you're the liar.
All right. The first debate. Now they're even saying there might not be another one.
Go figure.
You got some people from one side saying don't have another one. It's not safe. Okay. They covered a multiple array of topics. Dennis Pavin, we'll start off with you. What do you want to bring up first from last night's debates?
Joe, because I knew I was coming on here today, I took this very seriously.
Thank you. I appreciate that because I did not.
Because there were times I wanted to leave the room, turn off my TV, rip the TV off the wall. I didn't.
You watched it from home?
I watched it from home, and I watched the whole thing because I knew I was coming on here to talk to you.
Right.
So I even took notes. I took notes, Joe.
How's your penmanship?
Not good. Good, bad, and ugly.
Okay.
I wrote some good, bad, and ugly.
All right. You know what? Let's start off with the good.
The good. I thought that Trump hit Biden pretty well in the 47 months. I've done more than you have in 47 years.
Okay.
I thought that was good. When they brought up race relations, Trump immediately went with the 94 crime bill that Biden wrote in the Senate. He said, wait a minute, this guy isn't for you. He wrote the 94 crime bill that locked up so many of your brothers and sisters. What are you talking about?
It's interesting because I have the race under my bed for Trump.
Okay. Well, and I know why. I know the part that,
we'll get into that, yeah.
Trump constantly reminded the left, the liberal left, hey, see what Joe just said? He's not for the Green New Deal. He's not for Medicare for all. You hear what he just said? He kept saying, you just lost the left, Joe, right? So I thought that was smart for Trump to remind the left of that. And probably the biggest good for Trump was when they were talking about COVID, and he brought up true statement that Biden did not support the travel ban from China. When Trump instituted the travel ban, Biden immediately said it was xenophobic, it was racist.
Right.
Trump wisely brought that up and said, wait a minute, if it had been up to you, we wouldn't have lost 200,000, we would have lost 2 million.
Travel ban, we're talking, that was January 30th, I believe, right? The travel ban was installed.
Somewhere around there.
Right, implemented against China, and then a couple weeks later from all of Europe. All right, so those are your goods.
Those are my goods for Trump.
For Trump. Okay, we'll get to the goods for Biden in just a moment. Goods for Trump. Brother Doc, what do you think? Did you watch the whole thing?
Absolutely.
And did you watch it from your home also?
Yes, I did.
I was at a bar playing a drinking game.
I thought about, you know what, my son told me about that drinking game. He told me about the bar.
Everyone enjoyed it. Tennessee Valley Brewing Company.
Yeah, I tell you what. I know people got tore up from the floor up.
Uber made a killing last night.
Yeah, they did.
Uber and Lyft, they did very well.
I thought his hair looked great.
Okay. That was one of our drinks, if his hair fluttered. Not one flutter.
I knew. There was no way that was going to happen.
Like his hair, I think, was sponsored by, was brought to you by Vidal Sassoon. Yeah.
Man, I tell you what, it's hard for me to go straight to the goods because I got to be honest with you. I'm so staunchly behind President Trump. But I was very disappointed in his performance last night.
You, out of all of it, there's not one good that you can bring to the table.
No, I can bring some goods to the table. It's just harder for me to do that.
You were looking for greats.
I was looking for cool.
Okay.
I like a leader that's cool.
Yeah.
Cool-headed. And to me, he kind of came across as a hothead.
Okay.
I found myself yelling at the screen, "Shut up! Shut up, Don!"
Okay.
Because, frankly, I think that Joe Biden has all the ability in the world to bury himself. He doesn't really need President Trump's help. If President Trump just let him talk, he'll talk himself straight into the hole. Good. Yeah, I have to go along with what
Dennis,
you were talking about, Dennis. The 47 months versus 47 years. Somebody proved that that's not true. Go ahead, fact checkers out there, prove that that's not true, and I'll call bullshit, because I've been on this rock for a day or three. I've seen a few presidents go through the White House. I've never seen anyone deliver the way Donald Trump has delivered.
Well, do you feel in last night's debate to a national audience that he was able to portray at least some of what his accomplishments have been in those 47 months?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, look, he talked about the economy, what they'd done for the economy. He talked about the fact that his administration built the greatest economy this country's ever seen. Again, fact checkers, go check that. See if that's not true. The shutdown, it wasn't his shutdown. It was the coronavirus shutdown.
I'm sorry, you're starting to make sense. I'm going to have to cut you off as a moderator.
Right.
Okay. So
thank you, Chris. Or Bob, or
yeah,
Joe.
Chris Wallace. Stephanie Miller. Goods that you got out of for Trump out of last night's debate.
Oh, I'm just not.
Did you watch it all?
I did watch.
At
and
home?
then I rewatched some clips this morning
Right.
and before I came in. Trump, did have some goods, but yet altogether as a whole, I just have to go with both. They talked over each other. You really couldn't hear Biden over Trump. They were to me, I felt like they were going at it, and I started to tune out it was really hard to just stay on it, and I was so disappointed with the moderator.
Well, as an aging woman, okay? Let me rephrase that.
Yeah, dude.
It's fine.
As that main demographic of female, all right, that these candidates are fighting for, right? That suburban woman, right? You're the wife. Did that interaction between them turn you off for both candidates?
It really did. Are you running? Will you please run?
I should run. I would call aging women on live TV.
Because I do like the policies that some of the policies that Trump does have in place. I can't lie about that. But again, after last night, I don't want either person leading this country, our country.
You brought up the moderator, Chris Wallace. All right. What frustrated you about him?
He was giving no direction. It took him over an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, before he even said that Trump was violating anything. It shouldn't take a moderator that long. He should have had control as a moderator of our first presidential debate.
Do you want to know what my count was for Christopher Wallace's interruptions of Trump and his interruptions of Biden?
What is it?
I think I heard it was like 75 to 15.
75, okay, to 15. 75 interruptions of Trump and 15 interruptions of Biden.
But here's my question on that, though. I saw those numbers earlier, and my question on that is, though, how many of those Wallace interruptions on Trump or against Trump were actually cases of Wallace saying, "Mr. President, it's not. Let him finish. Mr. Trump's going on, and it's not your time." How many of those 71? Because frankly, President Trump did a lot of interrupting.
Yeah, no doubt.
And what it lacked this time that it had last time, like when Hillary 4 years ago said to him, "Well, God forbid law and order's ever in your hands."
Right.
And Trump went, "Yeah, you'd be in jail."
Right, and it was a mic drop
So
moment.
it was a mic drop, funny joke line that got a big roar from the crowd.
He had a couple of them last night.
He had a couple of them, but not like that.
Like Bay. You watched it, okay? Were you home watching it?
Yeah.
All right. Was there any moments that you laughed or enjoyed? I should say.
I laughed.
Yeah.
Felt embarrassed, really.
Embarrassed.
Yeah.
Why's that?
They're acting like a bunch of jackasses.
Like a bunch of jackasses.
Both of them were. Sound like a bunch of little kids arguing over each other,
Okay.
pointing the blame toward each other.
Yeah.
Wanting to talk about none of the major issues.
What was there anything good? We'll now go for the goods for Joe Biden. Anything, Bay, that stood out for you?
No.
No.
No. Okay, you talk about the deal. So what else you talk about? What else are you trying to do? What else you trying to change?
Right.
But it kept going back to him and Trump. This fussing at you.
Right. Lack of policy being brought up.
Lack of policy.
Brother Doc, good for Biden.
The one thing that I'll give to Joe Biden on the good side, and I think it's probably maybe the best thing that he did, in the debate. On several occasions, he spoke directly into the camera. He talked to the American people. Whether you liked what he was saying, whether you agree with what he was asking you to do, whatever, I thought that came across very well.
It's interesting that you say looking at the camera. I counted only 3 segments, not 3 times, 3 segments where Biden looked at Trump, and he didn't even look at him. Even when he was answering questions, he was looking at the moderator. In the beginning, when they first started, when they applauded, they all come out. All right. The second time was when Biden was talking about his son, Beau Biden. Right. Okay. And that's
he didn't want to talk about the other one. Did he?
No. And when it was all over, he looked at Trump. Besides that, there was no eye contact between Biden. Biden would not look at Trump. I thought that was very interesting. Dennis, good for Biden.
Well, Doc took my first one, and that was the moments where he looked directly at the camera and talked to the American people. Now, Trump could have stuffed that instantly if he'd have said, "Hey, Joe, there's no teleprompter on there." If he'd have jumped in there and said that the first time Biden did it, it would have ruined that for the rest of the debate every time he did it.
That's a good one.
But he didn't think of that one. But that was, because he didn't do it, that was the best thing Biden did. I had 2 other things. One is he didn't blow his temper. He kept his cool. He smiled a lot. Because we've seen Biden, he does have a nasty temper.
He did. He did get up there. You could see the levels raising.
He was getting there, but I mean, we've seen him way past that.
Right.
Before.
Yeah, he didn't call anyone fat. Right. Like
yeah.
Hey, fat.
And I would say also when Trump went after Hunter, he started with Beau. That hey, my son won a Bronze Star. Trump again could have jumped in and said, "Oh, the Iraq War, you sent him to because you voted for it." Trump didn't say that. That would have been a great comeback.
I had that as a good for Trump, as he was able to make a
he
very
pivoted.
Quick segue.
Very quickly pivoted.
All right, because Biden was trying to bring up the Atlantic story about the Trump calling losers.
Right.
The dead veterans, which
has
like,
totally been
it's
debunked.
That's like stale.
Right. And I thought that was great how he goes, "Oh, you mean Hunter? Where's Hunter? Where?
Well,
3 million Moscow."
But the good thing is Trump, so Trump goes after Hunter, but Biden didn't go after any of his kids personally. And actually, Biden had probably the best line he had all night. He said, "Listen, this isn't about my family."
Right.
He looked at the camera and said, "This is about your family." That was probably the highlight of the whole debate for Biden.
Now, what if there's something that comes out, because there is an investigation, from what I understand, going on about China, Ukraine, and now Moscow.
Right.
But yeah, I mean,
he's corrupt as hell. There's no doubt about it.
He had to stay.
But I'm just saying, as far as goods for Biden,
right,
it was good that he didn't return that attack, against Trump or any of his family.
And you said you had one more good for Biden?
No, that's about it.
Okay. All right.
I mean, he stayed upright.
That was my good.
Right.
That was my good.
I mean, that's probably the
awake.
good.
Sleepy Joe stayed awake.
So he stayed awake for an hour and a half.
Stephanie Miller, a good from Joe Biden.
Again, the body language and looking at the camera and the you and the your, and when he was talking about the coronavirus and he was saying, your family member, you're, not there sitting there with you or at your kitchen table or something along those lines. That's what I liked about him. He was talking to the people.
Here's what I like.
Them.
Here's what I liked about Joe Biden. I liked the fact that he showed up. All right, because there was the rumors that
was
he
not a given.
That he wasn't going to. Nancy Pelosi was saying, "Hey, I don't think he should." Well, she's drinking or whatever. But the other good that I liked about Biden, I don't know, man. I like the fact that he brought up, when they were talking about race and they were talking about white supremacy. I like the fact that Biden brought up the
Charlottesville?
No, the Proud Boys.
Oh, the Proud Boys.
But I liked it because the Proud Boys aren't white supremacists.
Right.
And I don't like the leader is a African and Cuban guy. Okay, I don't like that. That wasn't Trump's response, because he could have nailed that one.
Right.
You know, Trump, all he had to do was just wait on those curveballs.
Yeah.
Because I do believe he was not only going against Biden, who was using static snippets and just bullets style, while Trump is more conversational. And he was going up against, and I do believe Chris Wallace was easier on Joe Biden and was definitely holding, which I don't blame him to a certain extent. Sure, you got to be fair and balanced. Fox, Ryan, you guys lost that years ago, by the way. Fair and balanced. But Chris Wallace, man, yeah. All right, let's see. How about the bad from Trump, Bay? I guess we kind of said it already.
Right.
We all said it. We said the bads. We said the goods.
Said it all.
All right, so let's move forward to this one then. Let me play the clip.
What clip?
Let's play the clip here.
Uh-oh.
Race and violence.
103 seconds.
And they were teaching people to hate our country. And I'm not going to allow that to happen.
Vice President Biden?
Nobody's doing that. He's the racist.
They're playing that narrative that he's a racist. They are. They're hammering it.
Response is never appropriate. Never appropriate. Peaceful protest is. Violence is never appropriate.
All right.
What is peaceful protest? When they run through the middle of a town and burn down your stores and kill people all over the place,
that
and you
is
say
not
peaceful protest?
President
No,
Trump,
it's
I'm not
not,
asking.
but you say it is.
But are you?
Now, it was brought up, and Joe Biden restated something that I think is going to really hurt him, because there's going to be a lot of ad campaigns ran. Antifa is a
ideology.
Yeah.
It's an idea.
Oh no, it's real.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it's real.
Let me tell you something. I was in Charlottesville the day that went down.
That's right.
I was in New Orleans when those statues came down.
Right.
All 5 of them, same day.
Uh-huh.
I have faced alongside other patriots. We have faced off against Antifa in Texas, New York, New Orleans, Nevada, all across the country. More's been done out on the West Coast because they seem to be more active out there.
Right.
The further left you go, the further left you go, I guess.
But they got a flag.
Antifa is most definitely more than just an ideology.
And funded.
Well, when the stuff happened in Kentucky, that U-Haul pulled up.
Louisville.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
That's American ISIS. That's what that is.
Right. No, it is, and I wish Trump, because he recently deemed and said he will get on the terrorist group KKK and also Antifa. I don't know why Trump didn't bring that up, because that was just a week ago he put that out there.
Well, Joe, the way that Wallace worded that, he put him on the spot and said, President Trump, will you right here disavow?
Right.
Will you tell them to stand down? So he said, will you tell them to stand down?
Right.
So then Trump came back and said, yeah, you need to stand down, stand by, and let the okay.
And the media is running with it right now that Trump is what did Biden keep calling it? Dog whistling.
Yeah.
Dog whistling.
Yeah, right.
But he didn't say stand down. Trump never did say stand down. He said stand by.
I think he did say stand down.
Yeah, because he repeated what Wallace said.
He said stand back and stand by. I was really listening to that because I know some people in the Proud Boys. I know some people that are very closely linked to that stuff.
And they're not white supremacists.
And they are not white supremacists. They are God-fearing, American-loving patriots.
Sure, they're misogynists, okay? But so am I.
I like a good massage.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I was listening real close when he asked him to ask them stand down. We asked him to stand down. He never said stand down. He said stand back and stand by.
Well,
there's going to be some serious things go down after this election, and I think Donald Trump knows that.
I just think that probably the worst thing Trump did was get some sympathy votes for Biden, because he went after Hunter Biden for his drug use. He should have just stuck with the corruption.
Okay.
He should have stuck with the $3.5 million from Moscow, the $1.5 billion from China, the seat on the board at Burisma. He should have stuck with that. But when he attacked him and said, "Oh, I know Hunter. He's the one that got kicked out of the Navy for sniffing cocaine."
Right.
substance abuse is a bipartisan issue. And I think that may have gotten some sympathy back to Biden.
That's interesting.
And because a lot of people are saying, hey, that was kind of a cheap shot, right?
Yeah.
So
now to counter that though, Biden's response is with the would you shut up, you clown?
Yeah.
I mean, so if there was some sympathy votes that went his way as soon as he calls him clown, does that eliminate the sympathy vote?
That gives sympathy votes back to Trump, like you were saying, because you never seen a president be called a clown or to shut up. So you're right. I'm simply saying that for that moment, Trump kind of went a step past. He should have stuck with corruption. Instead, he went with drug use. So people went, "Oh, that was kind of mean." Like my daughter said, "Oh, that was kind of a cheap shot." But you're right.
This with your children? Oh my
Both
God.
of them, yeah.
Yes, child services, please.
But
Please.
and actually on my ugly, I actually had the name calling from Biden as ugly for him.
Ugly.
But he did a couple other pretty bad things.
What are some other uglies you got?
Well, he flip-flopped on trusting the vaccine like within 2 sentences, because Trump actually did have a really good zinger when Biden said, "Hey, I'm the Democratic Party."
Yeah.
And Trump said, "Not according to your running mate, you're not," because remember she called it the Harris-Biden administration. So Trump kind of piggybacked on that.
Trump does have some good zingers.
He does, and you can't hear them all because Wallace was talking too.
Right.
But Biden said that, I trust the science and I trust the vaccines. Chris Wallace, to his credit, said, "Oh, wait a minute," because Kamala Harris said she doesn't trust the science.
Yeah.
And she doesn't trust the vaccine.
And Trump had a zinger then too. He goes, "Do you trust Pfizer? Do you trust Johnson & Johnson?"
Yeah.
Right.
And
who's making the vaccines?
And so Biden was like, well, yeah. I mean, we can't necessarily trust him, and I don't trust this guy. And it was like, okay, so basically you just said you were lying the first sentence and agreed with Harris, and you don't trust it.
Here's one thing, and you mentioned flip-flop. Trump, very competitive. I wish he was a little bit cooler too. I'm sure he's getting those notes right now for the second debate, if they even happen. But Trump, he didn't flip-flop on any of his policies or his stance. Biden did another flip-flop yesterday during the debates on the Green New Deal.
Yes, he did.
That was
Did you see that one?
Yes.
Where Trump was Green New Deal, okay? I mean,
$100 trillion.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's like, "That's not my deal." And then he goes and he says,
I like the Biden deal.
I like the Green New Deal. I like the Biden deal. Right.
And Trump's like, "Oh, you just lost the left again."
Yup, you lost the left.
Right. No, you're right. Biden says, "Yeah, it pays for itself." And Trump's like, "Yeah, it pays for itself, $100 trillion. It's going to take 100 years to pay that off." He goes, "Well, that's not my deal."
Right.
It's like, Biden, make up your mind. Are you for this or are you against it? But, he kept beating down the left. I'm talking about Biden.
Right.
He was kicking Bernie Sanders square in the gonads
Now-
pretty much the whole debate.
Do you think because by not defending, or I should say, not embracing but trying to embrace that far left, is that far left, that radical side, that Antifa side, is that going to hurt him, you think?
I do, because Biden needs to win the 100 million people who didn't vote in 2016. That's your biggest voting bloc, or the non-voters. Next is the 40% who are the independents. And then you've got that Bernie Sanders wing, which is about a third of the Democratic Party. So just think about that. You've got about 8 million Bernie voters, 100 million non-voters, and however many, 35 million more indie voters. That's 140 million. That's more than who will vote combined.
Interesting.
And so Biden saying, "No, I'm not radical left. I'm a centrist." He offered absolutely nothing policy-wise. And really, another good zinger that Trump had was when he was talking about the Supreme Court pick that Trump just made. He goes, "Oh, she's going to go after this. She's going to go after Roe versus Wade." To Trump's credit, Trump said, and it happened really fast. You got to watch it again to see it. He went, "Who said anything about Roe versus Wade?"
Right.
He said, "We didn't bring that up.
Right.
You did."
Right. Again, the talking points that are handed to him. Brother Doc, when talking about POTUS, it was brought up to Biden by Wallace about stacking the court. Can you first explain what stacking the court is, and then the response by Biden or lack thereof?
Well, stacking the court means we're going to pack in more than 9 judges on that bench, so that we can go back to having a liberal-leaning Supreme Court as opposed to what will now be, presumably, a conservative-leaning.
That's if they win the Senate and the presidency. That's the only way you can get that done. Well, through Congress first.
Yeah,
you know,
if
it's
the
a
Dems,
congressional act.
if the Dems take back the Senate. Yeah.
Right.
Right. But that's what, I mean, they're saying that if he gets to get his nomination pushed through, she gets approved, right? Okay, we want to pack the court. We want to put more judges in so that we can come back to and that's why Biden brought up Roe versus Wade.
But he was asked about stacking the court, and what was his response?
I'm trying to recall.
He didn't answer.
He didn't make one.
Yeah, I don't remember him saying anything about
I
it.
believe he went to COVID.
Nor did Wallace make him answer it.
Right. And Harris too, because Wallace, Wallace is crafty.
Now, how long have we had 9 judges sitting on the Supreme Court bench? 100 and what? 100 and how many years?
100 plus, yeah.
And we're going to change that now because that's the other thing is like, well, Biden said the people should be the ones to decide because they vote they elect the president, they elect the Senate, and therefore they have the right. It should be their voice that's heard. And I'm sitting there going, hello, Joe. Our voices were heard in 2016. And I love the way that President Trump came back. He said, look, I'm not the president for 3 years.
Yeah, that was another good line.
Beautiful line.
I wasn't elected for
botched
3 years.
He botched it a bit because he was quoting Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who said that in 2016. Okay, when the Merrick Garland was the situation was going on with that appointment, and he brought it up and it was good, but I'll tell you
he wasn't sharp.
He wasn't, and overall, who do you think won? Bay?
Nobody.
Nobody. You go nobody.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Not Trump, not Biden?
Nope.
Chris Wallace?
Yeah.
Okay, Chris Wallace. Brother Doc.
No, I have to agree with Bay. I don't think either candidate won. Most importantly, I don't think that we as a country won. I think we lost. They gave us nothing. They gave us a schoolboy fight in the playground. That's it.
Dennis?
I have a buddy in Mississippi who messaged me on Facebook. He said, now I see why he supported Tulsi Gabbard.
Interesting.
So I'm going to say she won.
Tulsi Gabbard won.
Way to go, Tulsi.
You know what? I retweeted Tulsi the other day about her ending this ballot harvesting.
Ballot harvesting.
Yeah.
And then 10 days after she put that bill out, a video comes out of that very
Minneapolis.
thing.
Yep.
Happening.
Stephanie, who won?
It was a draw.
It was
just
a draw.
shame. But I want to
go
pose
on,
a question. Say by some chance Trump would have held himself together, would have been a bit more refrained. Do you think that would have made a big difference?
Absolutely. I think that if he would have, I think if he would have presented himself in a more refined approach, and just been a little more patient, just sit back and let Joe kill himself.
I think Donald Trump controlled the debate, and here's why. Because he was being attacked, and he's very used to that. He did not lose any Trump supporters. I promise you that. Trump supporters already know
Absolutely.
who he is, how he is, right?
And we love him for it.
Right. So, but did Biden gain any supporters? Biden may have won this debate on the looks of it, but I think deep down inside, I go back to the 84 debates. Okay, the first one when Reagan and Mondale were debating didn't go so well for Reagan.
Right.
Okay, he didn't have control, so Trump has got that for him. Same thing with it's very tough for the incumbents with their first debates.
Historically, yes.
Look at Obama.
Yeah.
Okay, when he was President Obama up against candidate Romney, that first debate.
Right. Yeah.
Watching that, I'm like, this Romney's guy's got a chance.
Oh, yeah.
And then that second debate, you go, where'd that other Romney guy go?
Yeah.
Right. All right. Same thing for George Bush. President George Bush in 2004, those debates, Kerry, he won those debates.
Right.
You know, especially the first one. But the second debates, those are the interesting ones. In 84, when Mondale cleaned the clock of Ronald Reagan, that first one, that second one, Ronald comes back and shows why he was president. I'm interested to see if Donald Trump is able to reenact 84. It's interesting the coalition to 84, too. Incumbent running against a previous administration's vice president. Maybe we'll get even the same results.
Every 20 years, huh?
Every 20 years.
Counterpunch.
Man.
Counterpunch.
I think it just goes to prove how much easier it is to be the opposition. It's just easier.
Right.
Like Trump was against Hillary.
Mm-hmm.
He was the opposition. She was part of the establishment, and so he could attack her from anywhere. Now he's the establishment. Of course, luckily for him, Biden is also the establishment. They're both pro-war corporate candidates. I mean, there's no question about that.
It's interesting, though.
The corporations are the winner of that debate and of the whole thing.
The best line, though, was Wallace is talking about Trump having his peaceful protests, his rallies, these campaign rallies.
Yeah.
And then Biden with his, and he's making the comparison that Trump, you have all of these people at your rallies. Are you not concerned because Joe Biden doesn't have as many people? And Trump goes, well, that's because nobody goes.
Remember Trump said outdoors.
Yeah.
When he said you're having your rallies outdoors.
Outdoors.
But that's for sure.
Yeah.
Trump voters will climb over barbed wire to vote for him, and they will do so in person.
Yep.
But I hope they understand this. They have not won this election.
No.
This election is not yours. You better start knocking on doors, both parties.
Yeah.
Both parties. Vegas odds, pick right now. Biden to win. Follow the money.
Well, Vegas.
Is
that what they saying?
Yeah. Well, they also picked Hillary in 2016.
Yeah, Hillary had about a 5-point lead right now, and Biden's got about a 7-point lead.
I'll tell you, I can't go with the polls anymore. No. I can.
I've never believed them.
Not after what happened. I like how Rasmussen does their likely voters and not their registered voters. I like their approach. But all right, anything else about the debates before we move forward?
I agree with you. I don't think there's going to be any more.
No?
No.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm glad you brought that up because one last thing about the debates. The Commission on Presidential Debates say it's adding new tools to maintain order to the upcoming debates following the first meeting between President Trump and Joe Biden.
Like cutting off the microphone?
Yep, like cutting off the microphone, potentially.
Like putting them both in the soundproof booth.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Could you imagine cutting off President Donald Trump's microphone?
No.
No.
I could.
I advise commission, not bipartisan commission. Don't cut off the microphones. Here's what you do. You get better moderators.
Yes.
Like Joe Padula.
That's right. You know why? Because here's what I do. Someone starts talking. Doesn't shut up. Next question. Moving forward.
Right.
But.
No. You miss your opportunity.
And then someone tells a bold-faced lie. Liar. That's why. Well, you do need sound effects when you're moderating. All right. Very, very good conversation.
Are you looking forward to the next one?
Yes. And if it does happen, okay, which is scheduled for...
Wait,
No, Joe.
No. You're talking about
The
vice
VP
president.
debate.
Yeah. Oh.
Pence versus Camilleri.
That's going to be
Pence versus Biden, the VP debate?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
That's going to be a different show.
That'll be different.
Yeah, of course.
That'd be more professional.
Yeah, it will be.
Because Pence is just the opposite of Trump.
Right.
He's very rehearsed, very composed.
And I'll tell you what. Pence being the vice president for Trump, I believe is better for an overall voting demographic than Kamala Harris being vice president candidate for Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Because that yin and yang.
Right.
Not a lot of people like Kamala, according to how the Democratic nomination went.
Well, that's why you and I get along so well.
What's that?
Because I'm kind of like a conservative, progressive candidate to my detriment in the general election. I'm somebody who believes in traditional family values, who believes in fiscal responsibility, not just giving away free money. You go work for your money. Mm-hmm. And you are kind of a liberal, kind of like a Nancy Pelosi liberal. So that's why you and I get along so well.
You messed up.
Here comes the truck.
I think you just became the weakest link.
I love it. I love it. Next debate is for a presidential debate is October 15th in Miami.
What'd I tell you? October 15th, huh?
October 15th.
Ain't that funny?
Why is that?
2
Bang?
weeks.
I told you, wait till October 15th. That's when stuff gonna get more crazy.
Okay. Wow. October surprise.
I think it'll be amazing if Biden shows up for that one. Frankly, I think he'd be crazy to do it. Because I do think Donald Trump will be in better form for the next one.
Yeah.
He will be.
He'll watch it. Because remember, he's a TV guy.
Yep.
He's going to watch that and go,
Do you guys want to come on the Friday the 16th?
Heck yeah.
If there is a debate, you betcha.
Okay. I'll get in the calendar. All right. Hey.
Joe, you never told Doc you knocked doors for Cory Booker.
No.
You never told him that.
That's it.
I'd knock his doors down. Let me tell you, I grew up in the same town as Cory Booker. Don't believe this man's story.
Why did you say that?
This guy grew up rich. Okay?
Joe took his lunch money in school.
Cory Booker and I went to the same high school.
Oh, did you?
Told you.
What type of relationship y'all had?
Oh, well, we were years apart.
Oh.
But Cory Booker lived in a town called Harrington Park. Okay?
Boozy.
Let me tell you something. Right. When that man speaks with that ghetto slang that he uses, that's pandering. All right. Best of luck, Cory Booker.
Acting.
I congratulated him on Twitter when he won.
Yeah. Aren't you glad I brought that up, Joe?
No.
You thought.
That's how I feel right now. That's where I'm getting it. All right, let's move forward. Coming up. If you drive a Ford truck or car, why are you about to have it recalled? And who dared try to kidnap the grandchild of an NFL legend? Anyone know who the NFL legend is?
Sure do.
Okay. Yes. Well, we're going to find out all these answers when we get back here on the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely.
Hey, this is singer-songwriter Ashley Taylor. Check out my new single, Family, available on iTunes, Spotify, or anywhere digital music is sold. And you can head on over to ashleytaylormusic.com. And you are listening to the Joe Padula Show, my least favorite radio personality ever. Absolutely.
Water dogs scuba and safety. There's a whole world to discover underwater, and at Water Dog Scuba and Safety, they're here to help you explore it. Veteran and locally owned, and whether you're already an expert diver or beginner seeking adventure, Water Dogs offers private and scheduled dive trainings for all ages. Get those kids, but no dogs. Go check out their Facebook page. Look at their underwater videos. 681 North Spring Street, downtown Clarksville. Go say hello to Rich and Cecil and the team at Water Dog Scuba and Safety.
Non-stop Vegas action has arrived. Oak Grove Gaming is now open. Experience a whole lot of Vegas fun, minus the flight, at Oak Grove Gaming. Spin and win big on over 1,300 of the latest and greatest games. Indulge and eat like a king at our 4 fantastic restaurants. Live it up at the lively bars and lounges. Conveniently located off I-24, exit 86, across from Fort Campbell. Just a quick spin away. Plus, now you can reserve your room for when our luxurious 5-story hotel opens later this fall. For reservations and more exciting information, visit oakgrovegaming.com. That's oakgrovegaming.com. Oak Grove Racing, Gaming, and Hotel. So Vegas, so close. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey y'all, this is Shelly Holiday, realtor at RE/MAX North Star. So feel free to add your comments and don't forget to share it on your timeline. Bay's my favorite. Absolutely.
Joe Padula Show, absolutely. Ooh. Thanks for checking us out. Don't forget to share this on your timeline. Click those like or the dislike, whatever. I thought we had a nice, fair, and honest conversation about our opinions and our facts on last night's debate. If you missed any part of it, don't worry. You can always go back. Just go to iHeartRadio. Follow the Joe Padula Show. The Facebook page. I'll get it up on the YouTube. Sorry about the... I feel bad. It was a good conversation, but we had some technical difficulties with the YouTube. And I'm holding in a burp from the seltzer water. That's the only problem with the seltzer. Seltzer salsa.
Want some salsa?
It's a Seinfeld reference,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
I think that's the episode I remember the most, and the soup knots.
Oh, yeah.
No soup for you.
No soup for you.
No soup for
Yeah.
you.
What about Festivus?
For the rest of us? Absolutely.
And you know, a lot of people forget in the Festivus episode, the chick with the two-face. Remember the two-face?
Yeah, with the lighting.
Yeah. Depending on the lighting, she's
Yeah.
really beautiful. Or
Uh-huh. Right. That was a
Wait,
good
what was the
one.
one with the man hands?
Yeah, I remember
Man
that
hands.
one too. Yeah.
That's what I remember with that one.
When she breaks the lobster.
Yes.
And touch his face.
Okay, one more. The ugly baby
Oh, yeah.
at the beach.
Yeah.
The dingo ate her baby.
Baby.
You know, that was a real story. The
Yeah.
dingo ate her baby out
That
of
is a-
Australia.
That is
Yep.
a real story. And she got put into jail because they thought that she killed the baby.
Yep. And they found out years later, a hiker found the kid's clothing that the kid was wearing, and it had the marks of dingoes eating the baby.
Wow.
Teeth mark.
Terrible.
Did they let her out of prison?
Yes, they let her out with a big settlement.
Yeah.
But I mean, come on, you feel bad for that. I was in the pool. I was in the
No, about shrinkage. Right?
shrinkage. That's the first time I go, wow,
Wow.
shrinkage.
I connect with this show.
It makes sense. Jordan getting upset. Jerry.
Turtle.
All right. Well,
I
hey,
can't believe we went there.
I love it. Seinfeld brings all people together. Hey, if you drive a Ford truck or a car, it's probably getting recalled. What do you got for us, Stephanie, with an F?
Well, it's all because of the backup cameras. They can show distorted images or just suddenly go dark on drivers.
Oh, no.
Hundreds of thousands. This recall covers most 2020 versions of, listen to this if you have a Ford, the Ford F-Series trucks, as well as the 2020 Explorer, Mustang, Transit, Expedition, Escape, Ranger, and Edge.
That's every Ford.
Right? Also includes, I'm not done yet, the Lincoln Nautilus and the Corsair. F-Series trucks are the top-selling vehicles, just so you know. So all of you truck drivers, just keep this in mind. However, dealers will replace the rear view camera for you at no cost to the owners.
It's a pain in the ass. That's a pain in the ass.
This will start on the 7th of November.
Rear view mirrors, people.
Yeah, but
That's what
Bay,
they for.
everyone's hooked on it.
I'll be laughing at you.
Bay, I hear you.
I'll be
I
laughing.
got hooked on this reverse camera.
I'll be like, okay, you got a camera. And it got the little lines to tell you Joe be
Okay,
parked.
but Joe.
Oh, no, I'm not going to fit in.
Wait a minute. You're parking across the street from your neighbors, getting in your car, putting it in reverse, and you're watching them on that camera, aren't you? Is
Oh,
that what you're using that camera for?
That's not a
Some
bad
people do.
idea. I like that. I gotta disconnect those reverse lights.
New surveillance tactic.
Brother Doc, do you have one of these reverse cameras?
No, I do not.
No? Will you ever get one?
I will.
Good. You won't go back.
I've driven cars with them. I think they're great. But yeah, I'm actually getting ready to buy a boat, and that'll make hooking up the boat a lot easier.
And to get a reverse camera on the boat too, just in case.
I'm not. No.
Stephanie Miller, your car. Do you have a?
I do not.
You
My
do not.
husband does. I
Yeah.
don't.
Growing up in Jersey and New York and parking there and everything, parallel parking. It's funny. I laugh at people. Now, and I was great at it. One hand on the wheel, even music a little bit louder and a little bit lower when you're parallel parking, right? Ever since I got this reverse camera, I tried it without using the camera, and I suck at it. It makes people bad drivers.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Bad,
do.
bad parkers, I should say.
Yeah.
You rely on this
Oh,
technology.
no. Drivers, too. Because they got that driver assist stuff that will hit your brakes if you get too close.
I have that too.
And
My seat
Really?
vibrates if I go over the line. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm riding that line the whole time. I'm enjoying myself. Was it good for you?
I think that's crazy.
Who dared try to kidnap the grandchild of an NFL legend? Stephanie with an F. What do you got?
So this is just terrible to me. Joe Montana and his wife, they confronted a home intruder trying to kidnap their 9-month-old grandchild.
So weird.
Joe Montana, he could take that person out, maybe.
I don't know. He's old. How old is he? He's 64.
Well,
He's still
he had a football in his hand.
Oh, I promise you. Yeah, he could bring it.
Because
Right?
he still got that training.
I want to mess with Joe Montana.
Well, it was an unknown woman that entered this home in Malibu.
Yeah, tackle her.
How did she walk up in the house?
She just walked in. She entered their home. It doesn't say.
Wow.
It doesn't say.
He's
So
one of
maybe
those
the
guys
door
that doesn't
unlocked.
lock their door.
Right?
Joe Montana.
She was 39.
39
There was a
years.
tussle,
Okay.
and then after that, the law enforcement says that they were able to pry the child out of her arms.
Yeah. Joe Montana's wife had to rip the grandchild out of this lady. How old's the lady?
39.
39-year-old lady who's trying to kidnap this kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then the wife, from what I understand, with the kid in the hand, runs out of the house.
Flagged down an LA County Sheriff's deputy at that time.
That's your best bet. Don't stay in the house.
Well, and now the lady she runs, the alleged kidnapper, they find her down the road.
She's facing kidnapping and burglary charges now.
How much is that?
Faces up to only 6 years in prison
For what?
if convicted of the burglary charge.
What about the kidnapping?
11 years for the kidnapping. That's
right.
still not enough.
So now, no burglary because she didn't get the kid, right? So that one's dropped.
Breaking and entering, they get it with that.
What if the door was open?
Yeah. Just entering.
Right?
Right.
It's just entering.
If you're going to steal the child of an NFL legend, who would it be? Brother Doc, you're up first.
I wouldn't do such a thing. How you want me to answer that question, Joe?
Who's your favorite NFL player?
I don't have a favorite NFL player. I hate the NFL.
But you can make a lot of money off of this kid. I'm not saying you.
Oh Lord, I cannot
The
believe this.
NFL legend gives you the child to babysit.
Okay. Let's see. You know what? Joe Namath.
Oh, Broadway Joe.
I'll tell you why I'd want Joe Namath's kid.
Why's that?
So I could send him a ransom note saying the only way you're getting this grandbaby back is if you get the hell off my TV.
Wow.
I'm tired of seeing him on the TV.
Joe Namath?
I'm tired every day this guy is on the TV. 42 times every day.
I love Broadway Joe.
Counted.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Remember when he wanted to kiss the girl and he was drunk on the
Yeah.
sidelines?
Yeah.
I want to kiss
Yeah,
you.
you're awfully pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like Hall of Fame night.
Bae,
He's like, God, you're cute.
What NFL legend you going to babysit for?
The top paid one.
Yeah, good idea. They pay the
There you
best.
go.
You know what
Yep,
I'm
they pay
saying?
the best.
The one that get paid the most.
That would be Mahomes now, I believe. I don't think he has kids.
Oh, Pat Mahomes, yeah. What do you got, Dennis?
It's either going to be a Manning kid, so I got a quarterback coming, or a Barry Sanders.
Barry, one of the
Barry
greatest
Sanders.
running backs of all time. Could have been the best, I believe, if he didn't say
Walked
No.
away from the game.
walked away.
No.
31 years
Now,
old.
If he would have went to a different team.
Oh, that would.
Oh, if he'd have
would've
played for the
been-
Cowboys in the 90s instead of the
Giants.
Lions. Oh,
Giants.
That would have been.
oh, I'm sorry. Sorry,
Not
Joe.
Cowboys.
Stephanie Miller, are you able to name one football player?
He's playing Drew Brees.
Oh God, Drew.
I like him.
Brees.
Kneeling Drew.
It is kind of hard not to like Drew
He's
Brees.
a good guy.
Come
Aaron
on,
Rodgers
Joe.
too. They just played each other.
Okay, wait a minute.
What now?
Did you just say Aaron Rodgers?
That's what she said.
Okay. Now, when I said Barry Sanders, that should have been an indication that I was a Lions fan.
Well, he's a Michigan
And
boy.
so you throw a Packer at me right now.
I deserve a smack for that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Whack. Just when I thought I couldn't hate anyone more than Brett Favre, and I'm talking bloodlust hatred, Aaron Rodgers came into my life. I gave you Drew Brees too. I even gave you that one.
You did.
But have you seen all the damn Joe Namath commercials?
I have seen the commercials, yes. But you know what? People like Joe Namath. He's a friendly guy. People like him.
Well,
right?
I'll tell you what. Speaking of football, locally, Why is the Tennessee Titans game for this Sunday canceled? Did you see this?
No.
Yeah.
Was it supposed to be in Nashville?
It was supposed to be.
20% crowd?
Stephanie Miller. Stephanie with an F. What do you got?
I can't
Let
wait.
me tell you, the 4th Titans player tests positive for COVID.
Boo.
So it have to be a starter.
Boo.
Probably they starters.
So you have 4 players and 5 staffers positive. So they're choosing to not have the game, which stinks.
That does stink.
Minnesota Vikings, they also are not doing any in-team activities because of the same reason, because of COVID.
So did the Vikings get like a forfeit win?
No, they're going to reschedule it.
Yeah. No,
For
they're
when?
playing the
For the
Steelers.
new game in time expected to be either Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah,
And that would be announced.
They played the Vikings last week.
Mm-hmm.
No one's reported as COVID against the team they played. Yeah, it's interesting, but the NFL is also enforcing now coaches to wear masks. What happens if they don't wear them?
They get fined.
Who's been fined so far?
So far, the Titans have been fined, have they not?
Right. But you also got the coaches too.
That's silly.
So
It's
far,
all in your copy, Stephanie.
It's silly. The offensive coordinators are all going like this all the time anyway.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
is it John Gruden? I don't want to pronounce his name wrong.
John Gruden.
Oh, Gruden from what's it called? You're talking about. He's with Oakland.
Las
now.
Vegas.
Vegas, right. He
Sean
was.
Payton from New Orleans, Vic from Denver, and Sean McVay from Rams.
And they all got fined. And what else happens? What are they threatening?
Oh, this is bad. Can you guess? Maybe the worst thing for the team? Take their draft picks from teams if coaches don't wear masks.
Isn't that crazy?
It would hurt Detroit because they have a very high
How
draft.
can they do that? How can that be a penalty?
NFL.
Yeah,
They got their own rules.
Yeah, NFL's gone.
They got
loco.
Well, here's the thing. I don't watch.
I haven't watched the game
I
in
haven't watched
3
the
years.
game yet.
I don't either.
I
This
stopped
year,
watching them.
I can't with the politics.
No, I know it's too much. I agree.
I didn't even know the hockey had the NHL friggin' Stanley Cup the other day.
And I'm going to tell you another thing, Joe. I'm sick of these shutdowns, okay?
Yeah.
All right, I keep complaining. My wife's like, you need therapy. I'm like, no, I don't need therapy. I need the Grand Ole Opry open. I need the Ryman open. I need the General Jackson open. I need all my favorite restaurants open. I need my Station Inn open. I need my live country music open. That's the therapy.
Well, hey, you're an adult. Shouldn't you be able to make the decision for yourself whether you
I
go
think
out or
so.
not?
I think so. I'm Denny the Bull. I'm not going to get sick.
You know,
of course, you could play that clip here if I get sick. Right? Right?
I don't care. I don't care if you do. It's your choice if you want to go out.
I know it. Joe, I'm with you, man. I'm sick of this.
Is this weird? I have, and I don't think it makes me a bad person or anything. In the beginning, when nobody knew anything was what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
Okay? I got a lot of sympathy for those affected back then. Now, if you go out and about,
that's your choice.
Okay? I want to be out and about.
Yeah.
Okay? I know what's out there. So, if I get it, am I going to have a woe is me moment? No.
That's just
I can't imagine like a 17-year-old Joe Padula trying to find love in this world we're living in right now. Can you imagine that, Bay? I can't imagine.
As you said, love, like, it's your choice if you want to wear a condom or not. Right?
I guess so.
You know?
That, well, it depends on who I'm paying. They got to get rid of the politics in the games.
No, I literally.
That's why I quit watching.
I
Because
can't
it's
do
like,
it.
you know what?
Can't do it.
Football is supposed to be my escape.
Right.
Baseball, NASCAR, basketball. Look, I don't want to think about politics. I want to get into the game.
That's my escape.
That's right.
And that's true.
And now you're destroying that. You know what? I don't watch NASCAR anymore.
Right.
Don't care about NASCAR anymore. Don't care about NFL anymore. Forget Major League Baseball.
Soccer, nobody watched it anyway.
I never got into soccer to start with.
In the U.S., I'm saying.
I'm 54 years old. I still, hockey is just a complete. I grew up in Alabama. What do I know from hockey? You know?
But even hockey got woke.
Yeah, I agree with you, Doc. I basically have stopped watching pro sports altogether. Used to be in a fantasy football league, never missed it. Looked forward to the draft.
Yep.
Skipped it the last 2 years.
Of course. I loved doing fantasy football.
I know it. I loved it.
Well, you couldn't have it this year anyway. I
But
don't think.
here's the problem. When they have, like, end racism in the end zone, and they know I'm a fan of football, so you're telling me I'm a racist. And indirectly, you're telling me I'm racist. I can't. Well, I'll tell you what. Those, you mentioned the bars and everything, right?
Yeah.
Right?
And I don't even go to them, but I like them.
Stephanie, fill us in.
Well, you'll like this. The Titan players who have tested positive for COVID may not have been infected while down at the downtown bars.
Where was that affected at?
Oh, they're not.
Oh, wait, yeah, we don't know.
No, that we don't know yet. But as of last Tuesday,
Depends on who they were paying.
Less than 1% of Nashville's COVID cases can be traced back to the bars and restaurants in downtown.
Yeah.
And the new number is showing that 25,000 traced cases, only 146 of those were traced to the bars, restaurants in.
See what I mean?
No,
and they shut them down.
Reinforcing my point.
They shut them down.
Really?
Yeah.
My parents came. They were going to come down here in April.
Nashville mayor's got a problem on his hands. Comrade Cooper.
My parents were going to come down for Easter.
Right.
They canceled because everything was, closed. So they rescheduled for Labor Day. I took them to the Jefferson Davis Memorial up in Pembroke, right? Because everybody from Michigan has got to see that, right? They all love taking pictures of it. It's awesome.
They
right?
didn't tear that down?
Not yet.
That's
Not
exactly what my dad said. Now, he's 71. He's lived in Michigan his whole life. And he's like, I don't think they're ever going to tear that down because it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
But yet, he and my mother, right, from Canada, Michigan, Pennsylvania, right, nobody in our family ever had slaves. They had no attachment whatsoever to the Confederacy or anything else. But everybody comes down, my family from Michigan, looks at that and goes, wow, that's amazing.
Impressive, right?
Nobody goes, oh, that's such a horrible symbol. Right? Nobody says that. They go, wow, that is something else. And then they went through the little museum in the back to see how it was built and who built it. It's a historical monument. But even though they're from the North, they were not offended in any way by that thing. But I'm just saying, that's one of the few things I could take them to at Labor Day, Joe. Labor Day. We went to the Hermitage. We went there, and we went to the House of Cards in Nashville. That's it. That's all that was open, man.
Yeah. Well, Deja Vu was open.
Well, you and I were there. But
Deja Vu was
He
open.
wasn't going to take mom and dad to do
Nah, Mom doesn't like the wings there.
You should see the dances with the 6-foot distancing they're doing. I got to throw the money at her.
Oh, that's no good.
No.
That's no good.
All I had was change, too. She got
I
injured.
fell in love at a Deja Vu like when I was 21. I actually fell in love, deeply in love. Gave that girl $75.
$75?
$75, VIP room.
Aren't you married?
No, I was 21.
Oh, okay.
I didn't meet my wife till I was 24. I'm almost 50 myself here, Joe. Come on.
3 years later?
So, yeah. But, yeah, before you and I started hanging out in those places, yeah, I fell in love in one of those. I never saw that girl again. She took my money, and I never saw her again.
Brother Doc, I dated a girl that worked at a place called Stilettos. Okay, this was in Rockland, New York, and so I would go there often. Well, I knew her from school. We went to school together. All right, in college.
So you dated her, or did you know her? Which one was it?
And she wasn't a dancer. She just worked at the bar.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That what they all say.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, they're topless, but she still worked at the bar.
She was bare naked.
Okay. On the stage, because in New York they didn't serve liquor there, so they could be topless and bottomless. Okay, that's the law.
As long as it was a Pepsi.
But yeah, but she's a waitress, so she was just braless. Right. She looked like Julia Roberts from the profile.
God, I thought you were going to say Julie Andrews.
Pretty woman.
She looked like Pretty Woman. She did.
How old was you at that time?
I bet she appreciates you remembering her that way too.
I do.
Joe, like, yes, I think of her.
We had to. Hey, how did you guys meet? College. But I met her at
college night.
I met her at right Stilettos first, and then it just so happened. Oh yeah, you go there? Yeah, I've seen you. Just not all of you. Right.
Right. This half.
Yeah.
Just
the upper half.
She had beautiful, beautiful personalities.
Yes.
I'm sure that's what you meant.
Yeah, we had a Deja Vu and a Nathan J's right across the street from each other. Same rules. They served alcohol at Nathan J's, so you could only get half.
Half off.
Yeah. Half off. You had to go across Dort Highway to get to the other one, to Deja Vu. But you could only get a Coke there. So you always started at Nathan J's.
See all these drunk guys staggering across the street.
You got liquored up there.
And then
saw half.
Right.
And then went across the street and had your Pepsi. Saw the other half.
Well, Stephanie, at Cat West, they got you could bring in, it's BYOB, right?
Yeah, bring your own liquor.
Well, that's the way it was at Anthony's in Nashville years ago, but I'm not for sure what's happened since then.
Wow.
See that?
Boy.
Nope.
Wow, how did you know?
I don't want to know how she knows that.
What's Anthony's?
I want to know how he knew that she knew that.
Previous conversation.
And where's Anthony's? That's why.
Wait.
You went right near Demumbrian?
You went into a nudie bar?
I did when I was in college twice.
Why? What was the thing? Did you go alone?
No, with a girlfriend and two guys, two friends.
Does your husband know that you had a girlfriend?
He does.
Okay. Good. And he converted you.
Sure did.
Okay.
Wow. Point set match.
But I tell you, some of the
Congratulations,
best looking strippers, New Orleans and Vegas. I've been to both.
Oh, we saw some of them in Vegas.
Now, wait. When you go there, do you get lap dances?
Yes, always.
How much did they cost you?
Feather boa, nothing. It was free.
See, that's what's not fair.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Life's not fair.
That's wrong, Joe.
That's sexist.
Joe, you know what? You and I need to march on Washington. I don't know if you remember the last time I was here. I said I was going to march on Washington about animal plurality. Right?
Yeah.
Why deer aren't called deers. I said we're going to march on Washington until everybody uses the same rules.
Brother Doc, we got to get our pink hats. We got to join this.
But I think Stephanie with an F has just come up with our new march on Washington.
What's that?
Equality.
Yeah.
That it doesn't matter if you're male or female. If you walk in, you pay the same.
Yeah.
Lap dances are free for everybody.
That's
I
right.
tipped.
Yeah,
I
okay.
did tip. I
Yeah,
tipped.
Bernie Sanders would be all about this.
That's right.
Free lap dances
Free.
for everybody.
I want free.
Free lap dances for
Yeah,
everybody.
we got to fix this gender gap, this pay inequality. In Clarksville though. What's up, Wes? How you doing, brother? West Fed Media, good digital marketing right there. In Clarksville though, this one with the about how did they smuggle in the contraband into Montgomery County?
Oh, you're skipping one.
I think I'm going to two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Prison wallet.
Prison wallet?
Yeah.
Do you think that's how they smuggled in the contraband?
Yeah.
What do you think the contraband was?
Could be a phone.
Okay, a phone. Oh,
drugs.
And Brother Doc, do you know what a prison wallet is?
I do not.
Okay, Bay, could you explain?
Your anus.
Okay. All right.
Your anus.
That's your
And he's not
prison
talking about the
wallet.
planet. Brother Doc, what's your guess? What were they smuggling in? Allegedly.
I would guess something along the lines of meth.
Oh, you own drugs?
Yeah, dope.
Okay. Dope, as in like we're talking cool lingo, or
No, we're not talking cool lingo. Dope is
okay.
Dope is not cool.
I don't know why they say dope like dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like dope. That's stupid. What do you got, Dennis?
Oh, for God's sakes.
What were they
I'm so glad that YouTube's down.
What were they smuggling? Oh, for your parents?
Yes.
Thank God Mom and Dad's not
Thank
gonna
God
see
Mom
this.
and Dad aren't watching this.
What do you think they're
What
smuggling
did they
in?
smuggle in their prison wallet?
And how do you... No, I didn't say it was the prison wallet.
No.
Okay.
They said it
That's
was.
just mine.
Right.
I'm just going to say a lighter.
Oh, okay, for cigarettes and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Best I got.
Stephanie Miller?
I really wish these people would be more creative.
These
He was
people.
smuggling prescription narcotics
Oh.
in his shoe.
Yeah, in the shoe. Right. Fill us in, Stephanie.
So it was an employee with Trinity Service Group who provides food services there for the inmates. Brought that in. He's 28 years old. His name, Sean Richard Dale Gartside.
And now he gets to eat with them.
Yes, he does. In this, he's charged with simple possession and unlawful carrying of a deadly weapon. Those two charges alone, his bond will be at $12,000. There's another one charged, 48-year-old Martha Lynn Sherrod?
Sherrod, I guess. I don't know.
She was also charged with the contraband for providing the prescription narcotics to Gartside to deliver to the inmate. Her bond is $10,000.
All right, so okay.
The inmate that the prescription narcotics were delivered to was also charged.
Okay.
Stuck a little longer. His bond $10,000.
He just added on to.
He was already in.
Yeah, he just added on to his sentence.
Oh my God!
So charged with contraband in a penal institution. They should change that name.
Institution.
No, it's not
penal.
It's the penal. It's the penal.
In the
It's the penal system.
It's the penal
the
system.
Clarksville
That's
Penal
what it is.
Colony.
Nah,
That's what it's called.
That's what it's
No,
called.
I know.
The penal system.
Yeah.
And this all was able to go down because of a validated tip.
So they found a THC vape pen. That's the weed one. And a gun? How do you hide a gun in a shoe?
That was in his vehicle. The gun.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, no, the
got
vape
it,
pen
got
and
it.
loaded gun, those were in the vehicle.
Okay, got it.
Just for the narcotics, that was in the shoe.
Oh, so he gonna get charged
So
twice.
that wasn't a THC vape pen.
Not in his shoe.
No, that was just in the car.
And so he
Which
about to
isn't
get-
legal here yet.
Yet.
Yeah, it's...
They need to hear
Which
it.
is bullshit. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's a whole nother debate for another day.
Yes, it is.
Please let me come back for that one. Have that be a Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll smoke medicinal marijuana on the show.
CBD.
We'll do edibles. We'll do legal edibles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they have to be legal ones?
Yes.
I don't. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Of course. Absolutely.
Legal and diet. No, I'm just kidding.
Sugar free. She wants her sugar free. Zippity.
If they could do that in caramels, that'd be nice.
So the one guy, he was working for the food service?
Yes.
The middleman.
So
We're going back. Okay.
So the middleman, he's not in prison. I'm just trying to make sense of this story happening in Clarksville. He just works at the food place that provides or gives food to the prison?
Yes.
Delivery truck.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And he got caught with it in the shoe, and that's
He
another
was a
fine to sell.
kitchen employee with Trinity Service Group. I didn't realize that.
So he got
did
3
that.
different charges.
And so the girl, the lady,
C would be the dealer.
The one that gave him.
and she's in the prison.
I'm assuming she's outside the prison.
Right.
Who goes up to this guy who's delivering and says, "Hey, man, you want to make a few extra bucks?"
Most likely the dude that was in prison was like, hey, I met one of the delivery drivers, and he said he hooked me up.
I'm just looking for extra cash. So don't mind me. Don't mind me. Oh man! But all right, let's get out of here. But before we do, Brother Doc, learn anything on the show today? Anything stand out for you?
Not really.
No. Titans, nothing. Downtown restaurant numbers, COVID.
You know, no, I didn't really learn anything new. I got to be honest with you, Joe. You
I
asked me
don't
a
mind.
question.
I don't mind.
I'm going to give you my honest answer.
Always appreciated.
Yeah. No, I got nothing.
Dennis,
That's his honesty.
Dennis, did you learn anything on the show today?
I did.
What'd you learn?
I did. I learned that you knocked doors for Cory Booker back in New Jersey back in the day, and
See,
I
I was
learned it
trying to
because
forget
I made
that.
it up. No, what I learned is even a diehard Trump supporter like Doc. Now I'm rooting for Trump to win. Don't get me wrong. I'm rooting for Trump to win only because I want it to lead to the ultimate destruction of this rotten Democratic Party.
Amen.
For which I ran as a
Uh-huh.
candidate
That's
and
right.
saw it from the inside. So with the enemy is my friend philosophy, Trump is therefore a friend at the moment. So I'm rooting for him to win.
Trump is an old Democrat, by the way.
He is.
Right.
But what I learned is even a radical Trump supporter will say he wasn't quite on his game the other night, last night.
And hey, if you blindly support someone without true criticism or your opinions and your thoughts, blessing hearts doesn't help.
Well, I'm what you'd call a Trump supporter, not a Trump worshiper.
Right.
You know, there are people, and I made a comment on Facebook last night talking about. I said DT's blowing it. He needs to STFU.
Yeah.
And
Babe, what does that stand for?
Shut the.
No.
yeah, and the flack.
No, you're supposed to beep them there, Chris.
The flack that I got from people, and I'm like, guys, you can't just.
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
He's Trump. He can do no wrong.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I thought he did fine, but I thought he could have done better.
Yes.
Absolutely. Stephanie, what'd you learn on the show today?
I learned that two intelligent men can have a civilized conversation
Bay, and I thank
about
you.
the debate.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm not talking about
What
the
about
debate.
Bay?
We'll steal those compliments
Because you're
back.
not finding that on social media.
Nope.
You're not finding that in person, whether it be in the workplace or with friends, and people are losing friends and, no longer connecting with family members because of their views, because they cannot sit down and just have a conversation and hear the other person. It's so nice to see the two of you today and to listen to you eloquently speak about what we saw last night and in your views.
Well, I failed. I tried to get them to fight each other today.
Did you?
Yeah, that was my goal.
No,
But I think I had them separated. Right.
No, I think in this case, clearly, he and I are both rooting for the same person to win, but for completely different reasons.
And here's the thing, too. I reach out to when Dennis goes that radical far left. They don't want to come on. They don't want to come on.
It's because they don't have
Oh, you're saying they don't want to come on your show.
Right.
No, they don't.
No.
Oh.
They don't.
And that's the problem. And I invite all the time, hey, come on the show. Because I see it on the Facebook, what you just talked about. And I jump in there, hey, come on the show, let's talk about it.
The day you get someone to come into this show and represent Antifa, Black Bloc, BLM, any of those organizations that have a far left bent going on.
Marxists and anarchists, right? I would love to have you. As soon as they say
you get the fight
yes.
out of me you want.
Right.
I'll ruin my reputation with
Today was a good day.
Yeah. Bae, what'd you learn on the show today?
Oh, the prison dude.
Yep, the prison dude.
Big dummy.
Big dummy. It wasn't even his
Don't
prison
put it in your shoe.
wallet.
I did learn what a prison wallet was. That's true.
Like, look at that guy. He's limping again. Hey, buddy, what's in your shoe?
The guy with the limp walked in, but walked just fine out. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. He's walking in with crutches. He's leaving, skipping, with his money falling out of his pocket. His prison pocket. All right, and I learned on the show today that I still can't watch football. I learned today that I don't care if the Tennessee Titans game gets canceled.
Yeah, that's it.
I hope whoever's involved recovers. Hey, go out, go party with a purpose.
You also got chemos, right?
Oh, tonight, yes, we got trivia tonight at Chemo's. Big prize trivia, $100 giveaway. It's a gift card to Chemo's for the first place team. Second place, $50 gift card. Big prize trivia. Third place, $25 gift card. Even if you suck, you can still finish third and get $25.
I'm going to do that one of these nights. If I don't have to work the next day, I'm going to do that.
Oh, it's a good time. And Chemo's Hawaiian food there?
Delicious.
Yep.
Well, what's an example trivia question you ask?
Okay, let's see. How about first one in the category of let's see. Here, I'll give you guys a trivia question here. Okay. If you're listening, maybe I'll see you down at Chemo's and you can get the answer. And this is all visuals. It's up on the big screen. I got all the logos with $13,545,200,000 in gross sales. This is the top-selling pizza chain. Stephanie, your answer. Top-selling pizza chain. What do you say? Here, I'll get some thinking music up for you.
Little Caesars?
You're going Little Caesars.
Sure.
Okay.
Papa John's.
Dennis is going Papa John's. Brother Doc.
I'm going to have to agree with Dennis once again.
Papa John's. Bay.
Domino's.
You're going Domino's.
Want to be like Jets?
Because
it's Little Caesars.
It have to be
Tostinos.
If it's not that, I'm going with Papa John's because it's
Doctor that up,
Shaquille
it's good.
O'Neal.
Number 5. Overall, Chuck E. Cheese.
Mo.
What?
Isn't that
Wow.
interesting? Number 4. Overall. Papa John's now.
What?
Wow.
They took a huge dip.
Yeah, after he said,
Oh,
hey.
yeah.
And they lost a contract with NFL and stuff like that.
Who'd you
Yeah.
pick again?
Little Caesars?
Number 3 is Little Caesars.
Oh.
Not me.
Yep.
Number 2, is Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut.
Number 1 is now Domino's.
Domino's.
Very good, Bay. Very good.
You win the fur-lined peapod.
Or it could be line, so you screw it up when you go to chemo's.
That's a good one.
No, yeah, that is Domino's. Nice job. Nice job. All right, well, hey, we got to get out of here. I appreciate all of you guys hanging out with us here today, and I thank you guys. Don't forget to share this on your timeline. Type in those comments, and hey, we'll party with a purpose once again tomorrow. All right,
Go vote. Go vote.
Definitely vote. Let me tell you, either candidate, it is not in the books. Far from it. See you tomorrow. Thank you for allowing us, enabling us to have a conversation. Your conversation here on the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely.
It's the Joe Padula Show.
Bada bing.
Clarksville's conversation.